I saw Janelle, and I didn't want to talk to her. Whether I'm right or wrong, it just still feels just deep, deep wounds of betrayal for me.
Weird. It was so weird to be at this event and to act like we didn't even know each other.
Personally, really hate how Cody always finds a way to play victim, how he always finds a way to make himself be the aggrieved, in the sense that, oh, why me? He and Robin are always finding ways to sort of play the victim, and I don't know why the rest of the family allows them to get away with it. But anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 3. Another episode for Cody to play the victim. We know he's going to play the victim until Kingdom comes. Anyway, so they're talking about this wedding. I don't know who got married at this wedding. I try not to keep up with them outside of the TV show. So I don't know whoever was getting married. They invited everyone in the family, but they didn't want cameras. And it makes me question, was it Logan? Because they were showing Vegas. So was it Logan who was getting married then? Because Mary was there as well. I want to believe that's him. I might be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, so it seems everybody went to the wedding. Christina and Janelle sat together with the kids. Mary nodded her head at Janelle. Janelle did the same. And then she sat with those that she says are welcoming to her. With Robin and Cody, apparently they had their own area that was sectioned off. And Cody said, oh, we just put in the corner in the back, maybe for our safety. And it's like, what do you mean for your safety? Do you mean the rest of the family was going to pounce and attack you? Why do you use some words that are very provocative and that are likely to get a negative reaction from people? Why do you always have to play the victim? And so Cody's talking about, oh, you know, it was like high school. Everyone was trying to show that they're having a great time so that the other people, and it's like, nah, please don't. Please don't be this childish. And for you to sit there and with a straight face and say you are a victim, because had you parted with Christine as friends, then the rest of the family would be getting along. No, it was too late. It was too late. Way before you came to Flagstaff, way before you went to Vegas, you should have had a relationship with your wives that you get along with. That way, if and when you separated, there wouldn't be this bad blood. Now everyone is aggrieved, including yourself. So if you can think you are aggrieved, imagine how those women feel, especially when you tell them that you never loved them, that, you know, you just stayed in the marriage and pretended to be in love just for the sake of getting along. And yet they have to sit down and watch you play happy families with somebody else. Make it make sense? Make it make sense? He's his own worst enemy. He is his own worst enemy, Cody. And for him to think that he can blame his ex-wives doesn't make sense. I feel sorry for Mary, though. I know I'm a Mary empathizer, because she said, you know, she was there, but she only stayed with those that wanted her around them. And it's like, it's really sad. It really is sad. I think it was Logan who got married, because they keep talking about the marriage, but they don't say who was getting married. You keep seeing clips of Vegas and Caesar's Palace and stuff. And I know Logan stays in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. He might have moved on. So I think he's the one who got married, but didn't want the cameras to film his wedding, didn't want the family benefiting from his wedding, in my opinion, because everybody else got married on TV, and I think he decided he didn't want to get married on TV. You have Robin say, oh, you know, some of the family came and gave me hugs and whatever, and it's like, Robin, you're not the victim. The other three wives are victims, but you are not the victim, because you and Cody came up with a plan of isolating yourself from the rest of the family, of making sure you benefited from the rest of the family. You were happy for the other wives to stay around as long as they provided financially and you could have had the lifestyle that you needed, but you weren't happy to share a husband. So please sit down. Disclaimer, I'm not a diagnostician, but with Cody, he's delusional. He is delusional, because you see him with Robin's kids. They're setting up to play Jenga. Mary is in Parawan. She's just pottering around the B&B. And he's saying that, you know, it's sad that his family has, you know, sort of divided or disintegrated into little small groups. And he wishes, you know, he had had a better relationship with his ex-wives. This is why he's trying to remain in good books with Mary. No, that's not it. He's not trying to stay in good books with Mary because of what's happened with Christina and Janelle. He's trying to remain in good books with Mary because we all know Mary was married was married to him legally. And so if Mary wants to go back to the courts and say he tricked me out of a divorce and didn't give me what was owed to me, she can legally take him to the cleaners. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know, but I would assume there's a loophole in which she could use to get her assets from him. And so I think this is why he's trying to remain in good books with her. You have Cody say, with Robin and the children, we have this happy family where we play games. In summer, we do activities as a family. And it's like, this man is delusional. He continues to say and do things that he knows will provoke a reaction from his children. Because how will the rest of the children feel knowing for a fact that he was not there for them, but he was able to create time to play games with Robin's children? He was able to make time to sit around, take them to activities, play games with them in the household, check up on them, have conversations. But he wasn't able to do that with his own biological children. Make it make sense. And for him to sort of try and blame his ex-wives, I'm confused. I really am confused. The fact that he doesn't understand why he and Janelle can't make things work. He doesn't want to make things work with Janelle because he loves Janelle. He wants to make things work with Janelle because of her pocket, because he knows she's the workhorse, she's the money bank. So the only way he can get Robin the nice things that she's accustomed to without having to work for is by getting Janelle in his good books. This is why he's trying to make things work with Janelle. And it's like, you treated Janelle badly. You wanted Janelle to kick her children out so that you could come and go as you pleased. And you barely came, because Janelle is now talking and she's now revealing that when they moved to Flagstaff, she constantly had to remind Cody to say, you're supposed to be at my house. Where are you? You're supposed to be at my house. And yet he has an excuse that, well, one time I wanted to leave and Ariella was holding onto my trousers and she wouldn't let go. And I had to tell, Robin to say, you need to remove her. And Robin said, no, she's expressing herself. Robin married a man who was in a polygamous relationship, wanting the finance that came from the polygamous relationship, but not prepared to share the man. That's my opinion. And so she did everything within her power to find ways of making sure that that man stayed in her house. That's why she gave him an office in Vegas. That's why she tried to make herself out to be the subservient wife who gave Cody everything he needed. So for her to say, well, I would never stop Cody from going to see any of his other wives. And it's like, but you did. You did. During COVID, you could have easily said, okay, fine, let's get Cody to live in one house and then ask the wives who rotate. You could have rented a B&B. You could have, even in Mary's household where there's plenty of room, you could have given him a portion of Mary's house and said, okay, the wives would come and go in there and see him one every other day. That way you rotate and there's less likely risk of him bringing COVID to the family, if that's what you wanted. But you didn't do that because you wanted this man to yourself. And you can't start crying wolf. Oh, I didn't want that. I wanted this polygamous marriage. Oh, I grieve other family members. And Janelle reveals that my children have never felt welcome in Robin's household. And for Robin to say she wanted to be part of the family, she didn't. She brought her niece to look after her children, when she could have easily asked one of the other Brown siblings to help her look after her children. So she isolated her kids from day one, and now she's pretending like, oh, what happened? Why is this family broken up? I did everything within my power to make sure they didn't break up. No, love, you didn't. No, you didn't. So please sit down. So we get to see Macalty and her husband. Obviously, we get to see the birth of the twins, because Macalty was pregnant with the twins during the filming of the season. And so you see her go to her antenatal class with Christina. Christine then reveals that, her OBGYN is the same one who delivered Truly. And so they have this conversation about, the birth and who's going to be there. And they then discuss the awkward situation during Christine's labor. Cody was discussing Mary and wanting a fertility doctor for Mary. And it's like, this is a contradiction, especially this season where you have Cody trying to say all these negative things about Mary, not wanting to be with her, never wanting to have dated her if he were to meet her now. And yet he was busy asking a doctor about fertility. So he just wanted her to have children with him, but he couldn't stand her. Make that make sense? Anyway, I digress. So they the boys are breech and she's going to have a C-section. But because she has this amazing relationship with Robin is going to come down for the delivery. And you have Janelle sort of stick up for Mykelti and say, Mykelti gets a lot of flack because she gets along with Robin, but it's because Robin helped her at a crisis point in her teenage life. And I guess those are the perks that they've always discussed about, sister wives, in the sense that if you're struggling with your child, someone else might be able to sort of help you with your child, or you might help them with their child. You help each other bring up each other's children. You're always there as a support system. So it makes sense that Mykelti would want to be close to Robin and would want Robin there. It's just a bit aux galore, especially when you know that Christine and Robin don't get along. I know you can't sort of ask them to do shift work, which they did once the children were delivered, but I wish there was a way they could have brought them sort of during the laboring time or during the C-section time to sort of try and sort of separate them in some way, because Robin kept playing the victim of, I'm just going to be here just because Mykelti and Tony want me here, and I'm going to try and not be in Christina's way. And it's like, oh my God. If you're going to be there to support them, just talk about the fact that you're there to support them. Leave Christine out of this mess. She has nothing to do with your conversation. Why do you always have to bring up Christine? Why do you have to always discuss her as though she's about to pounce on you? You're at her child's, at the end of the day, yes, you have a good relationship with Mykelti, but at the end of the day, Christine is the one who gave birth to Mykelti. She gave birth to Mykelti. She's the one who raised Mykelti until you met Mykelti at whatever age you met her at. Accorded the respect she's due. Whether or not there were issues at the time when Mykelti was struggling and Christine couldn't relate to what Mykelti was going through. Yes, you were there. Yes, it's amazing that you're a support system, but still be compassionate and empathetic. This is my problem with Cody and Robin, in the sense that they say some of the most negative things about these women, and then they expect those women to still be, let's get along, let's be happy families. You can't say nasty things behind my back and then want us to be friends face to face. That's unacceptable, and I will not entertain that. And so I get why Mary and Janelle and Christine, feel some type of way about Cody, because he said some of the most malicious and vindictive things, and now he expects everybody else to sort of bow down and say, okay, let's move on, just because he's vented and he's been horrible and he's moved on from whatever mess he's created. I don't like that. The children are delivered via C-section. The family, everybody's happy to see the kids. Even Aspen was there as well, because she's come to support her sister, which was good. Tony's mom came, and it was really very good. The way Mykelti sort of made it, I needed my husband there when I was at Turkey so that he could pacify me. Okay. If that's what works for you, to each their own. And apparently once they got home, you had, Robin stay for a bit, and then she would go and Christine would come, and then you'd have Tony's mom come. And it's just like, I think I guess because Robin lives far away, it makes sense for her to be the first one there. But I think Christine should have been the first one to stay with her child and the grandchildren first before Robin. But hey, that's just my opinion. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 2. Bye guys.